We are ready to rock and roll. Hope you're all doing well, guys, and welcome back to my trades. Before I get into Bitcoin and Ethereum, let me go ahead and show you guys my trades and update you guys on my portfolio. Thanks for joining me today for today's episode. I'm excited to do this one today. So let's go ahead and get right into it before we get into the technicals. As of today is September 11th, which is 9/11, which is our anniversary for what ended up happening on September 11th. So, uh, you know, never forget September 11th. Anyways, so right now, updated portfolio, we are 79%, we were 79% cash last night, and then 21% in Ethereum. And then as of today, I made the adjustments last night before bed during overnight hours. I ended up buying a little bit of SUI and bought more Ethereum. So 26% Ethereum, 4% SUI. I'm building the beta trade right now. And right now, as of my cash position, I'm still 70% cash. As of right now, my Ethereum trade is finally in the positive. I am finally I'm basically profitable right now with the unrealized return. Obviously, the trade's still open. I did not close it out, but this is so far my Ethereum trade that I've been building the past 2 weeks. If you guys have been with me the last 2 weeks, you guys know that I've been building this position for the last 2 weeks. So, like I said, I'm building the beta position, which is SUI. SUI right now, $25 in unrealized profits. Again, building off all of this, building more, because eventually I want to be mostly in positions with all this cash that I have and all this dry powder. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the technicals, guys. So, today, finally, Bitcoin and crypto have finally pumped, and we're seeing some nice volume finally in the crypto space. So, if you guys did not know, Bitcoin is the index for the whole crypto market. If Bitcoin does well, the alts do well. If Bitcoin does bad, the alts do very bad. And we're on the cusp of alt season, and that's what I've been basically bullish on for the last 2.5 weeks. While everyone was extremely bored, everyone was, scared of this dump that we saw. Everyone's saying that, oh, we're gonna head through a bear, we're gonna go through a bear market. We're transitioning to a bear market. I have been updating you guys on almost every single day of not to get bearish right away because, like I said, eventually we're gonna get out of this. And so far we have pumped out of this, and we went as far as 116. Actually went pretty far today. So we went all the way up as far as 116.3. So that is significant. That's a significant pump. This looks very good. This looks very, very, very clean. So again, I don't need to go really that much into the technicals for Bitcoin. I think, like I said, my last couple videos that I made, I told you guys that I think 107 was the bottom. I think 107 is the bottom. I think we're going to start heading up by the end of the month. At least I do believe we will be up near 124. That's not obviously that's not gonna be the top. I just think that's where we'll be at in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now. So this is looking very good so far. Very, very good. If you guys can see this little graph that I drew, this little path that I drew, this is what I am basically have predicted going forward for the next couple weeks. So I do expect Bitcoin to go all the way up and retest 117. I do think we will get a rejection back down for a retest because I think we will be due for a retest. The last retest that we had was at 1092, right? Which is wasn't a very important. It was a very important critical support, and we've pumped out of this. We've confirmed this retest, so this is very good to see. So again, I do think we will come back down. We'll go all the way up to 117, come back down to like 114 to retest the support, and then head back up to 124. That's why I think that's going to be the path going forward here in the next couple weeks. So if we want to look at the RSI is looking very clean, very strong. This is very strong right now, guys. This is extremely strong. It's way over the gold band, and we have a lot of. This is a trend right now. This is a trend. So this is very good to see. This is a trend that we're seeing on the RSI. We can look at the stochastic MACD, which is another important indicator that I use. So the stochastic is about to cross over the baseline. Very bullish. So the MACD is a little bit kind of turning up a little bit in terms of not overbought, but kind of up there in terms of buying pressure. So like I said, we could probably go all the way up to 117, have a little bit of a retest, slow down the buying volume, right? The buying pressure, and then head back up for 124 by the end of the month. So that is my speculation due to the technicals and everything like that. Not hard to believe that we can go back up to 124, honestly. We can look at Ethereum. Ethereum is looking very good. Very, very clean. This path that I drew for you guys 2 paths the other day. The first path was I did believe at the time that we had to come back down to grab liquidity and have a sharp bounce back up to 4,500. Or I did draw this earlier on. I drew this little shallow little dip, and then we bounce off of that and we come all the way up to 4,400. Kind of retest back down, which we did retest back down, obviously, on this little hammer candle. We retested that back down over here, and then boom, we have basically started this trend on Ethereum. If we look at the RSI for Ethereum, Ethereum finally crossed the gold band after 2 weeks. Ethereum has crossed the gold band. That's very bullish. That is a sign of a trend that is forming. Let's look at the stochastic MACD. The stochastic MACD, it's crazy, man. Like, it's still the selling pressure is fading, and we're not even near overbought yet. So I think Ethereum has a little bit to run right now. I think Ethereum has a lot to run. Very good to see. The stochastic is turning up. So again, this phase that we're in, I think we can go as high as $4,900 and even try to go up to 52 to 54 for this little run before we get a retest. So we'll see what happens with that. As of right now, I'll tell you guys what I'm going to do before I close out the video. By no means is this financial advice. You have to do your own due diligence. This is just my trades. Now that we're trending, we're in this nice trend. I do want to build the position now. I do want to go a little bit heavier. If you guys look at my updated portfolio, I'm still 70% in cash, right? I'm still 70% in cash. So obviously now I'm going to just wait overnight, see if we can hold above. So obviously at this point we have to hold above the daily moving average. The daily moving average right now is 13 flat, okay? As long as we're respecting this right here, as long as we're respecting this, the daily moving average, we're going to be fine. Okay, so now there's a lot more leeway. Even for Ethereum, as long as we're respecting 43.9 or 4,300 or 4,400, because this is like if we just rounded to 4,400, as long as it's respecting this daily moving average, we can be a little bit more aggressive now with the cash. We can be a little bit more aggressive on the cash allocation. So obviously I want to build on my alpha trade, which is Ethereum at this point. We will wait tonight to see if it holds this. I think it will. I don't think Bitcoin will have a problem holding this overnight and Ethereum holding this overnight. So volume looks very strong. Really looks really strong on Bitcoin as well. Everything looks very strong. So congrats to everybody that was dollar cost averaging during this time, and didn't get bored and just leave and end up coming back and seeing that they missed a little bit of a pump. Congrats to anybody that was dollar cost averaging into this dip that we had all the way down here. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here. I will see you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's episode of my investing and my trading. Hope you guys have a great one. Subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your night, guys. Peace.